I thought you'd gone.
Oh, no.
Oh, come on, I'll walk out with you.
Cookie, I won't be coming in anymore.
You joking?
That's what Fred wanted to see me about.
Well, what about your parole?
Oh, there are plenty of other jobs around. I wouldn't have stayed here once I got out anyway. It's a lousy job. Oh, it's good company, though.
Geez, Bea, I'm going to miss you. I hope we keep in touch.
Oh, I have plenty of time to write letters. Look, I hope everything goes okay with Kerry.
Thanks. And I hope everything goes well with your parole.
Oh, no worries. I'm as good as out. See you.
Take care, Bea.
Shine a light on me. Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Keep it up. Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Sing along, come on, Mrs. D. Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Let the midnight special shine his ever-loving light on me.
No, love. Why?
Hey, Mouse, where's Dan? He's due back on stage.
Did you miss me? No. Oh, I bet you did. I bet you missed me, didn't you? Well, what do you think of it so far, then, eh? It's all right, isn't it, eh? Here, do you like my outfit? What do you think? I got it at Victoria Market, I did. Of course, I've been doing a lot of titivating up there. Up the back, you know. Titivate here, titivate there. Does it look all right, though?
For God's sake, Margo, what do you reckon you're up to?
For Christ's sake, Lizzie, piss off.
Oh, come down from there, Margo. You're going to ruin the whole bloody show. Well, how far do you reckon you'll get dressed like that? Oh.
Gaffney, get down from there!
Oh.
No, don't bring me along. We can head her off. Well, on the double!
Shoot!
No use, girlie. Give it up before you get yourself hurt.
Oh! Bastards!
Right, Gaffney. Back here. Down the front. Excuse me, please.
Oh, sir.
What's happening? There's a fire.
I don't know. It's either that or riot or someone's gone over the wall.
Will you turn that alarm off? We've all heard it by now.
Andy, does that mean they don't like me?
What's going on around here? Isn't anyone in charge?
Well, I'm sure everything's under control. There are several officers backstage. Perhaps I should go and check with them.
No, I'll do that. You stay here and calm this lot down.
Quiet, please. I'm very sorry for the interruption, ladies and gentlemen, but I assure you there is no cause for alarm. We shall be able to continue very shortly.
Lizzie, are you sure you're all right? I'm all right. Will you stop bloody fussing away?
Take it.
All right, lads, take her out. Easy does it, easy. Come on.
Please be careful.
Will you?
Get good. I've organised an ambulance.
What's going on?
Not school, but I think Wentworth General, right?
Thanks. I'll let Mrs. Davidson know.
Good.
Well, somebody tell me what's going on here.
Who sounded the alarm?
Officer Ferguson, sir.
Nice work, Ferguson.
Crawford, perhaps you'll have the decency to tell me what this is all about?
Carson, all our numbers accounted for.
All except one, sir. Proctor. Seems he got away first.
Yes, and it would seem they used the concert as a cover.
And we nearly got away with it.
Would you get this woman out of here, Ferguson? Through the yard, not through the hall. The press are there. I'll have enough trouble explaining the alarm. I just don't see how this could have happened, Crawford. I take it this area was under surveillance.
Mr. Douglas,
The department's going to have something to say about this. I'll make damn sure of it.
Please, if you would just remain seated. Would you please remain seated?
I wouldn't bother if I was you, Mrs. Davidson. They've already given me the one gong award.
Get out of the way.
It's Lizzie!
Carson, I'm sure Mrs. Powell can manage now. Let's see if we can get some order back in this place, will we?
Right you are, sir.
Be careful.
Your attention, please, your attention. All Woodridge prisoners to the right of the hall, all Wentworth prisoners to the left. Come on the double. Move it. If you civilians would remain seated while we get the sick lady out, we'd be much obliged. Thank you. Come on the double.
John, I suppose we'd better make some sort of statement to the press, don't you think?
I'll handle that. I don't want any more foul-ups. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? As you can see, we've had an illness in the cast, so regrettably we're forced to close the concert. I apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused you, and I ask you to bear with us just a little while longer. If the members of the press have any questions to ask, I'll only be too pleased to speak to you later. Thank you so much.
All right, settle down. Settle down. Come on, quiet.
You, Mr. Douglas.
I'm surprised at you people. I really am. I cannot be around all the time to clean up after you.
Hello, B. What sort of day have you had?
Oh, just terrific.
Well, it doesn't sound too terrific. What happened?
I'm on permanent holiday. I've been sacked.
Hey, what? You were doing so well.
Yes, well, I thought. Well, they did too, for that matter. But business is lousy. They had to lay someone off, so guess who copped it?
When you haven't been fired, you've been retrenched. At least you get a good reference.
Fat little good that's going to do me. Thousands of people out of work. And if I don't have a job, I don't get my parole. Maybe I shouldn't have come back here. I should just kept walking in the opposite direction.
Now, that's nonsense. You got one job and you'll get another. The parole board will help you all they can, as long as you go by the book.
Yeah? Well, so far, playing by the book has got me nothing but a big fat zero.
Mrs. Morris is right. They can't blame you just because you got laid off. And if anyone can find you a job, she can.
You reckon? I won't hold my breath.
Hello. Can I come in?
Well, that was a quick show. I didn't think you'd bomb that fast.
The old bloody thing got stuffed up. Now it's been cancelled because one of the Woodridge blokes has gone over the wall. Oh, not Andy. No, he's all right. Anyway, Margo was trying to go with him and the freak caught her. Well, Douglas has gone out of his tree and cancelled the whole thing. Trust Margo to stuff things up for everyone.
Oh, what a pity. Poor old Lizzie really fancied herself as a showgirl, too. Hey, where is she?
She's hurt, B.
What?
She tried to stop Margo and got in the way.
How bad?
I don't know. They took her off on a stretcher, though. She looked bloody awful.
Well, Margo had better cross her fingers that Lizzie's okay, otherwise Margo is finished for good.
Get in there, Gaffney. You and I are going to have a little talk without any interruptions. That's the beauty of solitary, isn't it? No one can hear you.
I don't know why you're so dirty. You wanted me to wreck the concert, and I did.
But you crossed me, Gaffney. And I don't like anyone to cross me.
You pushed me into it. Between you and Powell, how could I win?
I wouldn't repeat that to anyone if I were you.
Oh, yeah? I reckon Mrs. Powell would be real interested to know one of her screwmates wanted to bugger up something she was real keen on.
You wrecked the concert, Gaffney, not me. I tried to stop you, remember?
Okay.
And don't you reckon I deserve some payoff for doing your dirty work for you?
Of course. And I've got a lot of little treats in store for you. Now, no one double-crosses me and gets away with it. So in future, you keep your mouth shut and do what I tell you, and I'll forget what I owe you. But you step out of line, and I'll give you a reward you'll never forget. Understand?
All right, ladies, rise and shine.
Oh, Mrs. Mor...
Come on, girls, move along there.
Boy, she's swift.
Gee, you don't look like you got much sleep, Bee.
I didn't. Lay awake all night thinking about poor old Lizzie lying in that hospital.
Yeah, what's going on then? Did Mrs. M say anything?
I thought you might be able to tell me something.
No, the whole thing's been a right old balls up all round, isn't it?
Say that again. First Lizzie, then the concert. I was going to get you to take a night to Andy today, Chrissie. Now I don't suppose I'll ever see him again.
We haven't really lost out, love. He couldn't have gone on playing Romeo and Juliet after the concert was over anyway. The only person that's really lost out is poor old Lizzie.
Yeah, it's a bleeding shame, isn't it?
Latham, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be on the way to the showers. Now, hurry up.
Mrs. Morris, you heard anything about Lizzie?
No, I'm afraid I haven't. I rang the hospital earlier. She's as well as can be expected.
That could mean any bloody thing.
Well, I'm sorry, Bee. You know as much as I do.
Oh, terrific.
Hello.
What's the news?
No change. And no unofficial visitors. Oh, what am I going to do, Tony?
She'll be all right, Judy. The General's a good hospital. If you want something to worry about, have a look at this. We haven't got any rooms left except that little one at the end of the hall.
Yeah, and that's no bigger than a cupboard. I mean, if we have an emergency, we're going to be in trouble. We'll have to start doubling up.
Yeah, tripling up, more like it. We have to start getting rid of some of the ones who don't need this place anymore, or we'll be turning away people who do.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
If you're thinking Maxine, I am. Don't you think she's ready to make her own way?
Yes, of course she is, but we haven't got a hope. I mean, she thinks that this place is her home forever. She's not going to go out by choice.
Yeah, well, maybe we ought to give her a little push. Make her want to move on. For her sake as well as ours.
Yeah, and how are we going to do that? Maxine, for God's sake, you've just had your breakfast.
Yeah, I was thirsty. What she's talking about?
Oh, nothing. I was just moaning about my money problems.
Oh, join the club.
Well, if you're really having money troubles, I mean, you're not going to get kicked out of your flat or anything.
Oh, no, I can manage. As long as I don't buy any food or clothes.
Tony, I wish I could pay you more. I really do, or at least some overtime. I mean, God knows you work hard enough
Look, it's
for it.
not your fault. Besides, you do twice the hours I do, and I don't hear you moaning about the money.
Yeah, well, maybe I should start.
Fine. When you do, I'll join you, not before.
Listen, how about if you got someone in, you know, to help with expenses?
Good idea. Long blonde hair, sexy eyes. Hey, yeah, I'll be in that.
Yeah? Sounds more like Rod Stewart to me. Still, whatever turns you on, Tone. Leave me alone.
Not too long, please, Mrs. Morris. She needs all the rest she can get.
Mrs. M. Hello, Lizzie. How you feeling?
I didn't mean to be any trouble.
Oh, it's all right. Now, you just hurry up and get well.
It was a lovely concert, too. Now I'll never get to see it. Bloody Margo.
I think that's enough for now.
Lizzie, everyone sends their love. Mrs. Davidson, Bee, all your friends. That's why I wanted to come here, to tell you that personally.
Thanks, Mrs. M. God, you're a good sport. Tell everyone that I'll...
I'm not panicking, Doctor, but she looks terrible. Is she going to be all right?
To be honest, we don't know. She's got severe internal bruising and her heart is very weak.
Oh, no.
And we must remember her age. She's a very old lady to have been through what she has.
Yes. Of course, we all thought that Lizzie would just go on forever.
Believe me, we'll do everything we can.
Now, if I could have a word with you about page 4, Governor, you'll see that Mr. Carlson
I would be
said...
quite happy to discuss this with you later, Miss Ferguson, but I really feel I should read all the reports first. Perhaps this afternoon?
Whatever you say, Governor.
So you refuse to speak to the police about Proctor's escape?
The only thing I've got to say to them is good on him, and I don't think they're interested in hearing that.
Then perhaps you'd like to tell me why you deliberately wrecked a scheme that could have meant more freedom for the women.
I wanted to get out. That good enough?
Oh, you're a fool, Gaffney. A selfish, self-centered fool.
Why? The way this place is run, it's a bloody miracle everyone doesn't try and break out.
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
Oh, nothing.
I've heard the women refer to you as the gutless wonder. Easy to see why.
Oh, yeah? Well, there's worse than me walking around this joint, and they're getting paid for it.
Oh, come on. Is that an accusation?
Figure it out for yourself.
Oh, you're just headed for trouble.
Mrs. Powell, save your breath. I've heard it all before.
Well, Smith, you're back. What happened? Did they wake up and finally sack you?
No, they didn't. They laid me off because work was a bit slack.
Oh, I don't think the parole board would be too impressed with that. What do you think, Smith?
If I told you what I think, you're here and curl.
Miss Ferguson, we're wondering how Lizzie was.
Haven't got the faintest idea. I've got more to do than be worrying about escapades.
Yeah, but Lizzie wasn't trying to escape. She was too wrapped up in the concert.
What was she doing halfway up a ladder? A trapeze act?
Oh, I see. Shoot first, ask questions later.
Questions are for people, Smith. Not losers like Birdsworth.
I've a gut full of that
No,
bitch.
don't be. She's just waiting for you to make a move on her.
Paddy's right, Bee. She's just going to ride you until you have a go at her. Then you're going to blow your parole.
Oh, all right, all right. But one of us is going to have to go.
Oh, I'm sorry, but look, that food, I don't know what they do to it. I need a bloody stomach pump.
I think they recycle it.
Yeah, that'd be right.
Lawson, can I have a word with you?
Mrs. Morris, how's Lizzie?
I saw her this morning, Bee. She sends her love.
Oh, then she's all right.
No, Chrissie, I'm afraid she isn't. She's very sick. I wish I had better news, but I think Lizzie's got an uphill battle ahead of her.
Poor Lizzie.
Come on, Lawson, you've got to visit her.
Be Dr. Weissman, I suppose.
No, actually, it's a lady.
Do you reckon Mrs. M's bunging it on a bit about Lizzie?
Well, why would she? She's the only screw you can trust around here.
I'm going to get that bitch Gaffney.
Yeah, well, remember, Ferguson's in on it too.
Up to her neck, don't worry. She's next on my list.
Hi, I'm Kathy Hudson.
Sorry?
Andy's sister.
Nothing wrong, is there?
No, he's fine. Can we sit down?
Oh, I'm sorry. Just a bit surprised. I never thought I'd hear from him again, let alone meet his family. Look, I'm real pleased to know you.
Andy thinks a lot of you. He told me how you became friends, you know, working on that concert. He said you've got no family to visit you.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I'd like us to be friends. And I could come and visit you regularly. After all, friends have to keep in contact, don't they?
Oh, fantastic. I mean, for you to take the time.
It's the least I can do. Now I've got my brother back.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, he's been in Woodridge long enough now for it to get to him. It was like he'd given up hope until he met you. Now he says he's got something to look forward to. He's more like the Andy I grew up with. I've got you to thank for that. Friends?
Yeah, friends.
Really, Erica, the security setup was a total shambles. I thought you and Crawford had it all worked out.
The whole business of prisoner fraternization is new to us. Not that I'm trying to make excuses.
I should hope not. Public image is poor at the best of times. Here we had a perfect opportunity to get some good press for a change, and the whole thing ends up in chaos.
Well, I thought the press had been very fair.
There were insinuations, Erica, and the minister does not like insinuations.
Well, perhaps we should go ahead with the concert as planned.
There will be no concert, and there will be no more prisoner fraternization until the department can find people who are responsible enough to handle it.
Get it together, Gaffney. You're going back to your cell.
I thought I'd cop at least 3 days.
Well, you thought wrong. Come on, hurry up.
I want to transfer to another block.
What?
I want to be moved. Why can't I go to B block?
Because you'll go where you're put. Don't tell me you're sick of your friends.
But they'll bloody well kill me.
Oh, no, I doubt that. But I tell you what, when I have actual proof that you're in physical danger, I'll consider moving you.
You're going to wait until you find me bashed up in some corner.
Yeah, that'd probably do it. Come on.
Bloody screws. I reckon you and Ferguson are tarred with the same brush.
Get out.
There's no need to be nervous, Lawson. I have some good news for you.
Then I'm not in any trouble.
Not at all. Apparently, Dr. Weissman has been working very hard on your behalf. He sent his report to the department, who in turn have submitted a recommendation to the Attorney General's office.
Gee, I didn't know I was that important.
Just as important, Paddy. Now, providing your victim agrees, it seems quite likely the state prosecutor will enter a nolle prosequi.
What?
It means they won't prosecute. You'll be released without any conviction on your record.
Released? You mean I'll be set free?
Yes, providing the man you attacked gives his consent.
Oh, Trev's a real nice bloke, Mrs. Davidson. I know I'll go along with it.
Well, you'll have to be patient. It may take some time.
Oh, I will be. Now I know I'm getting out. I've got all the time in the world.
I know what you're thinking, Bea, but it wasn't my fault.
Oh, no, it never is. But Lizzie's lying in hospital because of you, you selfish bitch.
But I never touched her. It was the freak.
None of it would have happened if you hadn't tried to break out. Now you're going to get the same treatment Lizzie got.
Okay. If you want to side with a bent screw against one of your mates, go ahead.
You're no mate of mine, Gaffney. But if you've got something to say, get on with it.
Look, Ferguson wanted me to wreck the concert, and I knew if I didn't, I'd cop it from her, and if I did, I'd get it from all of you guys. So what else was there for me to do but go over the wall? But I didn't touch Lizzie. Honest.
Go on.
Well, Lizzie was so wrapped up in the concert, she tried to stop me, and she climbed up the ladder behind me, and Ferguson just came and knocked her off without a thought. It's the truth, Bea, I swear it.
You're not off the hook yet, Gaffney. But now it looks like we both owe Ferguson one, doesn't it? I want to talk to you.
I'm going for a walk.
I'm still waiting for that information on my file fields. Now, you've had long enough in the governor's office to get it.
Look, Miss Ferguson, now that you haven't got my contract anymore, there's no point in me sticking my neck out for you. We've got nothing to trade.
You don't think so? I've still got a little bag of tricks I haven't even opened yet. Now, the wrong word in the right ear could set the women against you. Or I could have your sentence doubled. I can make your life very miserable without even laying a finger on you.
Yes, well, that knife cuts both ways. I've got my own little bag of tricks.
What's that?
Night shift again. Audrey and I together. I don't think anyone suspected.
You bitch! You broke into my house and killed my dog.
Oh, why, Miss Ferguson? I've been here all the time.
Look, I wouldn't ask you if we weren't short. It's only $20.
20? How'd you figure that?
2 weeks at $10 a week is $20. Honey, we just can't afford to carry you any longer.
Well, I've had no bread since Dempster fired me. You know that.
Oh, come off it. He sent you some money.
Well, I had some bills to pay.
And what about our bills? Look, there are other jobs, you know. You're not exactly wearing your feet out looking for one, are you?
You can't expect me to take the first bloody job I see.
I'm just wondering if you're going to take any job. ever.
Well, look, just lay off me, Jude. You'll get your $20. But I'll get a job when I'm good and ready, all right?
Mrs. Morris, would you mind if I stayed in here for a while? I've got some filing I'd like to catch up on.
Oh, I don't see why not. Mrs. Hall, will you stay here with her, please? Heather has to go shortly. Just a minute, please, ladies. Yes?
Trick's a bit twitchy today.
Yeah, you reckon they got some deal going? Her and Barbara, I mean.
One way of finding out.
Thank you. Officer Sharp, will you take them through, please? Not you, B. You've got a visitor.
I wasn't expecting anyone.
Well, I took the liberty of phoning Judy about this work business. I thought she might be able to help.
Oh, terrific, thanks. Anyhow, if I don't get a job before the hearing, well, Buckley's getting my parole.
Yeah. Well, at least you got a home to come to. That'll count for something. God knows, though, how long you can stay. We're so crowded we can hardly scratch ourselves. So you could always move in with me.
Thanks, Jude, you're a mate. But a home's not going to be any good to me unless I have a job. I thought maybe you could keep an eye open for me.
Yeah, of course I will. I won't kid you, though. It's not going to be easy.
Judy's right, B. There's not much seasonal work around and at least 15 applicants for every job.
And we don't have much time either. You might have to settle for what you can get.
Hell, I'll settle for selling pencils out of a tin cup. Anything to get out of this dump.
All finished now, Mrs. Hall. Can I go inside now, please?
Not by yourself, Fields. See you through, Mrs. Hall. I'll take over here.
Look, why don't you just say you want to get rid of me?
That's not what we mean, and you know it. Look, we're overcrowded here. We only want you to think about moving out.
You let other people stay here as long as they like, but I get tossed out of me ear.
Maxie, Judy and I are your friends, but this place is only meant for people till they get on their feet. You know that.
Hang on. Are you talking about me? I haven't even got a bloody job.
Well, what about your folks? I mean, surely your mother would
Oh,
take
no
you in
way. I'll sleep on the streets and go back there to live.
Nobody wants you to sleep on the streets, Maxine. We're trying to help you.
Yeah? Well, I'll leave tomorrow, and you won't ever have to see me again.
Oh, hell. I didn't want that to happen.
Yeah, well, can't exactly blame her.
What are you doing back here?
Sorry, Miss Ferguson. I forgot my writing. You looking for anything in particular?
Clean this mess up. And don't take all day.
I shouldn't have thought a lady like yourself would have had much trouble securing a job, Miss Bryant.
Well, that's very nice of you to say that, Mr. Harper. Actually, I've been working in what you'd probably call rehabilitation.
Most commendable, I'm sure. But now you're looking for something a little more financially rewarding, is that it?
Well, yes. No. I mean, I'm not looking for work. I'm just trying to do a friend a favor. She was unable to come today, so I said to her that I'd come along and find out the details and see what her chances were.
Well, that is a pity, I'm sure. Now, this friend of yours, you say she's unable to come to see me. Is she sick at present?
Not exactly. You see, she's a very conscientious worker, and she badly needs a job. There's only one small problem.
Well, I'm sure it can't be too drastic. What's the problem?
She's in prison.
I'm sorry.
I said she was in prison. She's due for release soon. You see, at the prison, they have this wonderful program called the Work Release Program. It gives them an opportunity to get used to being on the outside again. You'd never be sorry if you hired her, Mr. Harper. She's a wonderful worker.
Miss Bryant, you can't be serious. I mean, this is a highly respected company. There's no way in the world we'd hire an ex-criminal. Well, we wouldn't know what she might do.
She's all right. She's paid her debt. She just needs a chance, that's all.
It's out of the question. We're very selective in our staff. Now, a lady like you would be very welcome. But not an ex-criminal, never.
You'd hire a lady like me, would you? Well, it just so happens that I'm one of those ex-criminals you've been turning your nose up at. You know, it's two-faced bigots like you that make it impossible for us to have a chance. I've been inside, yes, 3 times I've been inside. Tell you what, Mr. Harper, you take your job, you stick at the same place you keep your brains.
Come on, hurry it up, please. And so begins another exciting day. Whoopee.
Oh, it's not too bad. If you get too bored, why don't you get a job in reception?
Lots of interesting things happen down there.
Come along, move it. Mrs. Morris, what have you heard?
The hospital says there's no change, B. We just have to wait and see.
Okay, thanks anyway. Fields.
Don't you ever do that again.
Do what?
Try to make a fool of me in front of the other women.
Oh, I couldn't dream of that, Miss Ferguson. I mean, you do a much better job of that than me.
You're running out of time, Fields. Now, I want those diaries.
Don't worry. They're in a safe place. For now.
I hope Jude's having better luck than I am. The sweet bugger all in there.
What did Mrs. Morris say before?
Oh, she said she'd check out a few jobs for me, give them a ring and let me know how they went. Well, I'd better get to work, I suppose. No chance of losing this job, worse luck.
Oh, thanks.
Hey, B, didn't you used to be a hairdresser?
Yeah. Way back in the dim, dark past. Why?
Well, there's a few ads in.
Yeah, they're looking for nice young boys with gold earrings and very tight jeans.
Oh, look, you've got a much better chance of getting a job if you're qualified for it.
Oh, sure, but I couldn't pass the physical.
Look, here's one. It says mature woman wanted for unisex salon. And it says urgent, B.
Let me see that. No wonder. Look where it is, right in the heart of the massage parlour belt. They're pretty heavy characters down there. They don't like the way you part their hair. They part your face. I'm surprised they've got any staff at all.
Oh, look, what do you care? It's a job, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose. I guess I am still qualified.
Right.
Oh, Mrs. Morris, have you heard anything from Jude?
Well, I'm afraid she's not having much luck, B. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, I should do it myself, I suppose. I shouldn't leave it up to her. It's my problem.
Well, you've still got a week or 2 left.
Look, could I make a phone call later? There's an ad for a hairdresser in the paper, and I am still qualified.
B, it's been a long time. I mean, what about all the new techniques?
Well, you don't forget how to cut hair. I'd had plenty of practice in hair. Maybe I could threaten you with a firm perm.
Oh, no, thanks. All right, then, it's worth a try. I'll organise it during your lunch hour.
Thanks.
Oh, bloody hell.
Oh, here, let me give you a hand.
Oh, that's all right. Suppose we'll have to get used to having no one round to help me, now that I'm on my own.
Look, you know that's not true. We'll be seeing you all the time.
Yeah. Well, you just look me up on any street corner, 'cause that's where I'll be. Thought this place was me home.
Yeah, but look, don't you see that's wrong? This place isn't a substitute for a home, Maxie. It was never intended to be. Wouldn't you like a place of your own?
Of course I would. I can't afford anywhere decent.
Well, don't you know someone you could share with?
Sure I do. I could share with you.
Oh, no. Look, wait a minute. That's not what I had in mind at all.
You needed someone to share with, and, well, I could get a job and help pay the rent, and I can cook a bit, and I'll tidy up for you. We'd get along real well.
Look, you don't really know me, Maxie. Believe me, it wouldn't work.
Would you rather see me back on the streets?
Oh, no, of course not.
Well, then.
Okay. But only for a couple of nights, understand?
Yeah, sure. I'll just go get the rest of me things. Beauty butler!
What have I done?
Bloody employers. You know, I went to see 4 different people, and not one of them would even give B a fair go. They don't even know how bigoted they are.
Well, we can't change that sort of thinking overnight, Jude. Just have to keep plugging away.
Yeah, that's if we don't die of frustration first. Anyway, how's Maxine? Is she still mad at us?
Oh, no. Not really. I think she understands the situation a little more clearly now.
Oh, that poor little kid. What's she gonna do?
Well, Actually, she's going to stay at my place for a couple of nights.
Are you out of your mind? What do you mean she's going to stay at your place?
Well, don't say it like that. I'm just giving her a place to sleep. It's only temporary.
Temporary? Yeah, about as temporary as bloody air as rock. Wake up to yourself, Tony. For God's sake, the girl's got the hots for you. You're buying into trouble, mate, and you're not going to be able to handle it.
Well, maybe I can handle things better than you give me credit for. I'm not a child, Judy. At any rate, it's my business, isn't it? It's in a tin in the cupboard, second shelf, I think. There's a canister there that says coffee, but I think it's got rice in it.
Oh, that's typical of a fella. But don't you worry. I'll soon have you organised.
Yeah, great.
You forgot one thing.
Only one.
Keys to get in.
Oh, right.
And I'll have some tea ready for you when you get home.
Look, you don't have to go to any trouble. Besides, now I've got hours to go yet.
Oh, no trouble. Besides, it'll give me time to get settled in and make myself at home.
Look, Maxie, you're only going to be there.
I'll see you later, Jude. And I'll see you at home, Tone.
Bye, love. Take it easy. Only temporary, eh?
Yeah, well, maybe she has got the wrong idea, but I can soon straighten that out.
Oh, yeah. Well, you might as well just lie back, relax, and enjoy it.
I told you I can handle it.
Have you seen how excited that girl is? Believe me, Tony, she has got plans for you, and you're not going to be able to do anything about it.
Yeah, well, I have a few plans of my own. She'll understand.
Oh.
Heather, can I have an outside loan, please?
Just a minute, Fields. What do you got there?
Letters for the governor to sign. She's waiting for.
Well, it's all yours, Bea. Good
Thanks.
luck. I have to go to the print shop. Can I leave Smith with you?
Sure.
Thank you.
Hello, may I speak to Mr. Muldoon, please? Yes, it is. Thanks.
You're wasting your time, Smith.
Well, it's my time, so rack off. Hello, Mr. Muldoon. My name is Mrs. Smith. I'm ringing about the ad you had in this morning's paper. Well, I haven't worked for a while, but I've had 10 years' experience. Yes, I am, fully qualified. Well, you could certainly call me mature, yes. I thought you might be having a bit of trouble. No, I don't scare easily. Look, I think it's only fair to tell you that I'm currently serving a sentence at Wentworth Detention Centre. No, I'm due out on parole anyway. But the prison has a work release scheme, so I could start any time.
Come on, Smith, we haven't got all day.
Well, it sounds exactly like the sort of thing I'm looking for, but... What? Well, I don't know how I could reassure you. Oh, yes, actually, if you rang the governor, I'm sure she put a good word in for me. And I've just finished a job at a print shop. I think that the foreman down there would vouch for me. You will? Well, that's marvellous. Thanks. Well, the people to contact? Yes, Mrs. Davidson. Yes, that's right, Davidson.
The Gulag Archipelago. Yep. G'day, Sheriff. It's me, Maxine. Who'd you reckon? Yeah, no, I moved out now. We've got a flat now. Me and me man. Yeah, he's a real spunk, so you keep your bloody eyes off him, all right? Yeah, sure you can. But, leave it a couple of days. Tone and me want a bit of time to ourselves. Yeah, all right, well, I've got to go too. I want to plan a surprise for me man when he comes home. Yeah, see you around. Bye. G'day, Spider. Guess where I am now.
Now listen, what have I got to do to get you out of this place? You should have finished an hour ago.
It's not that late, and I wanted to finish this. I can't get the soft toy stock list to tally, and we're missing 3.
Yeah, well, you'd probably find them if you look upstairs. One of the hardened ex-criminals probably taking a teddy bear to bed. Now, come on, will you go home?
There's no hurry.
You know what I think? I think that you are too scared to go home. You might just be a little teeny bit frightened of finding Maxine in a little apron baking you a cake.
You're making problems where there aren't any, Judy.
Yeah, okay, but don't say I didn't tell you so, because I have told you so. Come on, will you get out of here?
Okay, maybe I will. I'm feeling whacked. I'll finish that tomorrow.
Oh, well, you might be too tired.
Come on, look, the joke's wearing a bit thin. I'll see you in the morning.
Okay. Oh, and Tony, good luck.
And I'm going to get a job working outdoors. You know, lots of fresh air after being cooped up in here.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
When I get settled, you can come and visit me, Bea.
Hey, hang on to this, Wheeler. I want to talk to Mrs. Morris. I'll catch up with you at tea.
Okay.
Mrs. Morris?
Yes, Bea?
No point in asking, I suppose, but have you had any news of a job?
No, I'm afraid not. I've rung all the contacts I have and still nothing. How'd you get on with your phone call?
Really? What did they say? I spoke to the owner. He didn't exactly turn cartwheels when I told him he was on the can, but on the other hand, he should have staff, and I think he was pretty impressed.
Really? That's wonderful. Then you think you've got a chance?
Yeah, and a pretty good one. He did ask for a character reference, which is a bit of a hoot, but I told him to ring Mrs. Davidson and Fred down at the print shop, and I'm hoping they'll both give me a bit of a rave.
Oh, good for you. You certainly haven't been wasting your time.
I can't afford to. If I'm going to have a future, I've got to build it myself.
Maxine?
Surprise, surprise.
Maxie?
There's room for 2.
You off home?
No, actually, I'm going to the hospital to see how Lizzie is. Apparently, there's a no visitors rule except for officers, and I know that Judy, Bryant, and some of the women in here are pretty frantic.
Suppose you all think it's my fault, eh? Birdsworth getting hurt like that?
Haven't heard anyone say that.
Well, I was just doing my job, that's all. Just doing my job.
If you say so.
Excuse me. Wentworth Detention Centre.
Well, I'll see you tomorrow, then.
No, I'm sorry Mrs. Davidson isn't in. Can I help you, Mr. Muldoon?
You need any help?
Just a moment, please. No, it's just routine. You'd better hurry along. You'll miss your visiting hours.
Goodbye.
Bye. Hello, Mr. Muldoon. Sorry to keep you waiting. Yes, I see. Well, she was originally convicted for murder. Oh, I'd hardly say she's a reformed character. Well, in the past 6 months, she's had 6 reprimands for insubordination. 3 charges for disobeying an officer and a spell in solitary confinement. No, I can appreciate your concern, but the record speaks for itself, doesn't it?
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then.